Hi guys, welcome back to Consett AFC. It's the 5th video in the series. We unfortunately, on goal difference, had to go to the playoffs. I'm in the wrong season here. And we're really unlucky. We had that great run. And unfortunately, Burscough proved to be our undoing. If we got 1 point off them, we won the first game 2-0. We lost the second game 3-0, so we didn't go through, guys. Unfortunately, Burscough, I think, lost in the final to whoever won it. I forget who it was. It was Mosley. But anyway, that was that. So, quite a busy summer has ensued, and we've got a brand new squad. I've really worked on the spine of the team. I'm going to show you a few of the players that I've brought in and a few of the players that I've let go. Well, we're not going to focus on them, but you'll notice a few faces having moved on. What I do want to show you is I've got an interesting regen. I've just offered a contract to this guy. Look at that. Determination, flair, lots of skills. Can't run, but, you know, me neither. Slow as you can get, 1-on-1. But, you know, maybe there's something we can do with that. Interesting guy. So anyway, we've got James Sonner, who is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a calf strain. Got him out on loan. We've also got Chris Warren at Spennymoor on loan as well, and Liam Moss on loan. All players who have got excellent potential. In the under-18s team, we've got Neil Mackay, who I actually know someone called Neil Mackay, which is quite funny. That's a totally randomly generated name. He's actually out of contract. I'll see if I can get him onto a new contract. Be great. Okay, we'll sign him up on a non-contract basis. So we've got some decent players there. Nobody kind of jumping off the page, but going back to our senior squad then. As you can see, we've got a bit of a larger squad. I'm going to show you some of the new players. Goalkeepers are the same. Neil Postlethwaite will be our starting goalkeeper. As you can see, he's a leading player for most teams. Clearly ahead of Kyle Bath. Played very well for us last season. Played 41 games, just under 7. Want to see a little bit more from him. Used to play for Wigan. Has been out the game for a while. God knows what he's doing in real life, but there you go. So there's Neil Postlethwaite. Kyle Bath is 17. Attributes coming on really well. Can improve a lot in the future. Could potentially end up better than Postlethwaite, and is making his way through. Want to try and get Kyle some games this season. I think I'm going to do a bit of rotation between him and Postlethwaite. Kyle, as you can see on his history, played 42 games just in the Northern League, but only played 1 game in the league for us last season. Want to see more of Kyle this year, and I'm sure we will. The big signing of the year, of the summer, sorry, is David Roach. Now, David is a leading player for most 5 stars. Clearly the best defender we've got. Can improve a lot in the future. Huge upside. Plays on the left as well. Really good player. Played, you know, for Woodcote and Stoke Row in the Peterborough and District Football League Premier Division. It's an unplayable league, but was 7.68. And I found him on a scouting, and he's looking pretty swish. And I'm pretty excited about what he's going to do. He's going to be our starting central defender. Nico Weatherald stayed on. He's another one who, you know, has played a lot of games for Consett the last 2 seasons. Has been almost ever present. Has never set the world on fire, but he's still about. Dylan Purvis, still, you know, can improve a lot, but hasn't got quite the potential, but is still clearly the best right back we've got. Again, someone who's been around. Again, not set the world on fire. Was formerly at Blythe, Hartlepool. Never quite got going. Now, Evan Mcavoy, interesting player, this guy. We signed him. He's been around for a couple of years. Again, someone who can improve a lot, and again, someone who isn't part of the not unlimited potential, but isn't far away. Played bits and pieces. Didn't do anything last season. Hasn't played that well. Sean Connor returns. Is a good sort of solid technical player. Is down to 4-star. Key member of the team. He's close to being a starter. At the right back. Centre back, he's about 4th. He's kind of there or thereabouts. He's just sort of a squad player really, but has kind of played quite a few games. Again, has never set the world on fire for us, but was kind of at that level, and is basically a squad player for us now. But does play a lot of games because he's versatile. Tommy Searle, one of my favourite players, 18. We've had this kid since he was 16. Still got a lot of potential. Is coming on a million miles as our first choice left back. Roach is better, but Roach will start in central defence. And as you can see, he's pretty much been there, and he's just about had a 7 rating. So he's grown with the team and will continue to do so. So I'm excited to see what he does this season. Jordan Mellish, one of the real players who signed for another year, has actually, I think, played for Consett in real life in the past. Again, someone who's grown with the club, was great last season. I want to see more from him this season. He's pretty much grown with the club, and again, he'll be a starter. So the back line will pretty much be Postlethwaite, Searle, Roach, Mellish and Purvis, with working around that. So moving into the midfield, then we've still got John Brown. Again, he's sort of finding his feet, almost limited potential, I think, in terms of what he does. He's been around, he's played quite a few games for us. He's someone who's come through the ranks with the club. Didn't do a lot last season, was fairly solid, and he's back in the squad. New signing, probably a big spine signing at the age of 29. He's a significant sort of experience in the middle of the park. He doesn't think he's likely to improve, but we're buying a ready-made deal here, and he's had a long career at the bottom end of the table. Played in the Northern Premier, lots of games, didn't do that well, but we succumbed to Consett, so we're hoping to get he's going to be our sort of Shaw in the middle of the park. Another signing is a youngster called Sean Norwood, who is very fit. Is going to play quite a few games, would be a good player. He's got decent potential. He's probably not quite as good as I thought. He was at Graham Street in Northern League Division 2, so this is a big jump up for Sean Norwood, but he's got a lot of potential, so that's why I've signed him. Not designed to be a starter. Now, the wingers, we were weak. We were weak on the wing. We had Peter King, who's still here, but I felt we needed something a bit different, a bit extra. So I've signed somebody with a bit more pace, taking that place on the left. This guy can improve a lot in the future. He's already would be a leading player at this level, and his history was he played for Lichfield and hasn't really played for anybody. But at the age of, At the age of 24, this is a guy who could well be a surprise package for us, and he'll definitely start. On to probably one of our best players. You're looking for someone who is going to marshal the troops. He's brave, he's aggressive, he's got great teamwork, determination. This guy is a team player, solid attributes. He's not the quickest, but he's not the slowest either. This lad is a fantastic player. I would love to get this guy. He's not interested in the minute, but I would love to get this guy on a long-term contract. This is a future captain, Tom Murray, and as you can see, he can improve a lot. He's grown with the club. He would be a leading player, and his history solid as a rock. Didn't play much in the Northern Division. We had Greg Mosley and Mosley and another guy, but he started to play more, and he will be starting with Connors in the middle of the pitch. So I'm looking forward to seeing those two playing together. Again, Steve Owen, technically getting a bit quicker. He's only 17. He's still building. So I had him and Chris Warren about the same position. So I loaned out Chris Warren, and I'm leaving this guy in the squad. He's not going to get a lot of games, but he's going to get enough games. And he's actually, at the minute, probably the starting attacking right winger. When Mark Williams isn't available, we'll get on to him in a minute. His history, he's played a couple of games. He hasn't played that much, to be honest. He's a player for the future, but he's got a huge potential. Mark Williams signed, and again, 17. He's a bit further on in his development. He's actually not quite as good as Steve Owen, but I think if you compare him with Steve Owen, Owen's actually got a huge edge on him, so I guess I'm wrong there. But again, very similar to Steve Owen, but we're actually going to give Steve games. I'm sorry, I've got myself mixed up. Steve is going to get games, but Mark will play a bit as well. Can play anywhere across the back line on the right, across the right, and it's going to be good for us this year. But I think Steve Owen is going to be the starter. Peter King, and this is another player who, again, has got really good potential. Starting to find his level, could only lead him to become a Northern Premier Division 1 North left winger. We're looking to take Consett further up the leagues than that. So, we'll see how that goes. Current ability, 2 stars. We want to see more. That's why I signed the other guy, Reeves, because I want Peter to develop, but I can't really rely on him every game. Again, he's come through, played in League 1. The Northern Division 1, ripped it apart when he was 16, 12 goals, 16 assists. He was found a little bit more wanting at a higher level last season. Didn't play quite as many games, but to be honest, I was tactically messing about a bit more. Solid player, don't want to lose him. I think he might be a bit better than what it suggests. Leon Thompson, again, another player who's come right through the ranks, another player who plays in attacking central, is starting to get much better. And someone who's come through with us, never let us down, played 35 games, pretty much identical stats for both seasons, and that shows that he's improving. So I expect a better from him. I have no problem putting him into the attacking centre, attacking midfield as central, but it's tough to get this guy out of the team. Now we're talking a proper player here. Signed him on for a 2-year contract. He's a leading player. He starts in this role, pretty much made it his own. Looking at his stuff, yeah. How do you argue with that? 27 goals in 85 games from tackling. Played some of those games up front. Brilliant. Can't argue with that. Excellent. Now, moving forward, so most of those were the same players apart from Reece, Norwood and Connors, and obviously Roach. But now we've got a bit of a change up front. Coming back though, start with Comishong first. I hope I'm saying his name right. Not the quickest, but good aggression, good finishing. That's the key. Good finishing. Signed for 2 more years. He's getting there. Lead him to become a good Premier Division 1 North striker. So perhaps he's starting to find his level. So that's why I looked elsewhere for some other recruits. But if you look at that, he really came of age last season, played 40 games, scored 23 goals. He was the reason we were very close to getting promoted. Started slowly, I wasn't sure, and then he just went nuts. So he's going to be an important player for us this season. Now, 15 years old. 16th birthday in 3 days' time. Look at this. Already the best striker we've got. Can also play on the right, tackle mid, centre midfield. Great player to find. Actually played last season, Oakeyford. Didn't get any games, was too young. And let's have a look at their squad. Was just in the squad. Was just in there. And I've signed him up. And in pre-season, guys, if you check out his history, look at that. 6 goals in 3 starts and 3 sub appearances for a 7.72 rating. 3 of the games, 2 man of the matches. This kid has got game, and I'm really excited to see what Scott Ramsey will do. He will be our starting striker. Comishong will get games. Ellis will get games. So anyway, last but by no means least, we've signed another exciting forward who plays pretty much the same position as Ramsey. Only on £5 per week on a contract, which I think is crazy. Already a brilliant player. Again, someone who played... It's pretty much the same as Ramsey. I signed him and Ramsey on hardly anything. And to be honest, they're probably all I need. But I'm going to have Allenson and Comishong as well. So that's pretty much our squad, guys. We've got the unknown quantity of this fella, Reynolds. God knows how he's going to be. He might be rubbish. He might be amazing. Best player we've got, who knows. Might give Allenson a run for his money. He might get a few games. Or I might just sell him on if he's worth something. So there you go. That's pretty much our team. And I can pretty much put in the starting team that we were talking about. And this is what you've got to do when you're managing a lower club. You've got to be able to know the team well enough that you can just add in your team without looking, which is always sometimes quite tricky, but you've got to be able to do it, guys. So Steve Owen, and then we've got Allenson, and then we've got Ramsey, and we've got Bath, probably Probably Nico Weatherall, if I'm honest, because we have got Roach who can go on the left. Next one will be, I think, Sean Norwood. Am I not right? I might be wrong there. Williams, King. Probably Chapman's got to go in there. Ellis and a midfielder. It's probably going to have to be him, actually, because I would like the option. So just looking at our tactics now that we've named our team, there you go. That's pretty much our best team starting off, and that's what's going to be taking us into the season. A bit more experience. We've got 29-year-old Connors, Purvis, Mellish, a few youngsters, Roach and Searle, but they're quite experienced. Roach is a known quantity, but he's the best player. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. Steve Owen, the gap we've got is the right attacking winger. I've got players who can play there. I did think about maybe, I think Ellis, he can't quite play there, so I think what I'm going to do is start training on a role for attacking midfielder. No, new position. Sorry, what am I doing? There. Start training for that, because I think if he can eventually go there and he's better than Owen, it'll be nice to play him and Ramsey together. So that's basically it, guys. That's our squad analysis for this season. I think that personally, youngster up front, experienced Allison, the new guy Reece on the right. Owen, if he steps up to the plate, I've got no complaints. But I want to see him do that. I've got Williams to come in as well. Good pace. I think he can do some damage when we need to rotate the game. So there's no passengers there, guys. Everyone is pretty much in there to rock and roll, and we've got young Ramsey. Very excited to see what he can do. Norwood, Ellis if he's not working out. So Comishong might be the loser. Might be the loser of the team there that might struggle to get a few games, but I can always play two up front. I sometimes do that when I want to accommodate if I'm playing a weaker team. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for bearing with me during the squad analysis. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep an eye out for the next video, which will be coming very soon, and we'll see how we get on. And I have a feeling we're going to streak up the leagues, and I've got a squad that I think we can build as we go higher. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next Consett AFC Runout.TV Gaming Football Manager 14 video.